Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I am so excited to bring you today's video. So today we are tuning into you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name's Katie O'Neill. You can always get a hold of me at 303-562-8659 or find me at RVs Inside Out on YouTube, or even better, find all of us at TTT RV on YouTube. As usual, I like to start my RVs from the inside out, as my title would suggest, because at the end of the day, if you don't like the inside, what does the rest of it matter? So this is a fantastic opportunity to show you some of my favorite things. First and foremost, we are looking at a beautiful morel glazed maple hardwood suede finish, and this is paired with a bay shore interior. Absolutely one of the best color combinations available on the open market for an RV today. We also are going to see the steely graphics on the outside. So this coach exemplifies exactly what you can do with Newmar. You can literally pick a few boxes, choose a few options, and come out with perfection. So this is the 4081 Dutch Star. Now, one of the best things about this 4081 Dutch Star is not only does it have an amazing mid-bath, an amazing bedroom, it also has a rear bath. So this is a bath and a half model, and this is just 40 feet 11 inches long. As you can see, it has a very generous shower here. Please note that it has the teak bench with a 250-pound weight rating, and then also, as you can see, tons of space inside of this rear bathroom. Now, I left this down so you could see a little bit about the Shower Miser water saving system. So this AquaView shower system, one of the benefits that you're going to have is this coach has a 105-gallon freshwater tank, but it only has a 75-gallon gray water tank. So if you're trying to conserve water, heating your water with your hydronic system, which of course is that Oasis dual loop hydronic system, is great. It gets the water fast really, really quick. But one of the downsides is that while you're heating the water, it's going into your gray water tank. With this system, it's actually going to recycle the water back into that freshwater tank until it's nice and hot. And when I say nice and hot, there's 3 different levels of heating in this coach. There's AC1 and AC2, which are going to be plugged in or powered off of your plug-ins, your 30 amp or 50 amp power. And then there's the burner system. The burner system can run with or without power, and it's coming off of your diesel burner. Of course, this coach has a 100-gallon diesel capacity. All of that being said, that water gets so hot you actually have to turn it down. So really, really nice feature of this coach, that no matter how you're camping, whether you're boondocking or not, you have plenty of hot water. And then on top of it, as you can see, being a really tall person is an option in this coach. And one of the reasons that is because of this cathedral system that you have here in the back. So the cathedral bathroom is something that when Newmar introduced, they were able to do away with having a skylight above the shower for you to stand under. By giving you that curved ceiling, you can have a much higher height. And then as you can see also, it just gives you a really nice look along the back of this coach. So as we pan back, one of the things I want to show you first is that fantastic medicine cabinet. One of the best aspects of this 4081 is going to be the amount of storage we have on this coach. So when I talk about storage, take a look at all of this space. This is absolutely fantastic. 2 110 outlets, carpet-lined shelves. This is a great place to keep all sorts of goods, even your electric toothbrush. And one of the nicest features of this coach, although it is a single vanity, it's got enough room for his and hers on either side. Plenty of room to plug in your toothbrush underneath. And as you can see, there's an outlet right here. So if you do want to do that, you can do that. And as I mentioned earlier, lots and lots of room. So there's my clipboard on this countertop. So as you can see, very deep. Another great feature of this coach, of course, is that when we did our redesign in 2023, we have all of this nice gunmetal faucets, this beautiful glass undermount sink. And then in terms of storage, the 4081 boasts a great place to keep your linens and your towels. So super fantastic there. Something we don't talk about a lot, but I think is really important: the quality of the toilets in these Class A's. So when you're in a nice Newmar, you'll notice a completely porcelain, solid toilet. So this is one of those coaches that's going to have a really comfortable area for anybody who's utilizing the office. And then here Some great cool little compartments here for maybe your Q-tips, your cotton swabs. And then also here you have a place to keep all of your TP, including your dispenser, which is right here next to your commode. And then to the right here, you'll notice that we have a very nice lambrequin here with this really cool soft tweed finish throughout, opening windows. And then also you'll see we have power shades, both day and night shades, that are available to you right here. Now this coach, of course, has a number of different ways to operate your shades, but if you don't have a remote with you, and you're looking to put your shades down, having the shade control right here is fantastic. And then you'll see in 2022 they had a Dometic where you couldn't really tell which end was up. What's so nice about this is not only can you see your flush buttons, but it'll also illuminate whenever your tanks are starting to get full. And then right here we have one of the best features that you'll find in almost all of your luxury level Newmars, a great egress door. So if there is any kind of emergency, not only can you escape here, but there's a ladder so you don't have to jump, right? Which is always handy. It's also something that you can restow, so you wouldn't have to replace it if you did use it. But this is a great place to be able to take your linens out. So if you are done camping for the weekend and you're looking to, take out your towels and your sheets and just bring everything inside, you can do that. And then again, on top of it, we'll just talk about storage. So look at all of this storage. And this deep basin over here gives you the availability of having longer items. So for those of you who want to stash something down below, you could use it that way. But for those of you who want to be able to have, maybe a wetsuit in there, maybe something like ski bibs, whatever it is that you're using, maybe you're going snowmobiling, who knows? All of that stuff's available. And then on top of it, again, I know we keep talking about storage, but look at all of this storage that you have. And all of these are going to be solid maple wood, nice soft close features. Again, that beautiful gunmetal brushed finish. You've got twin drawers over here, and then over here, I love this. Great place to keep some hiking boots, maybe your tennies, any of your shoes. And what's so nice about this is if you want to keep your lingerie, maybe your nightgown, any of the things that you need, your Lulus to get ready for the morning, you could get ready in this rear bathroom completely without having to come out. Now there's a great robe hook over here on the back of this wall. And this wall is leading into one of the features that allows you to, of course, stay out on the road longer while having to pack less items. You've got your stackable Splendide washer and dryer right here in the rear bathroom of the coach. Nicest thing about this, it's right across the way from the shower. So if you want to put your towels in after you get out of the shower, give them a quick dry, then hang them back on the robe hook, you can use that stackable washer and dryer not only to dry your towels to keep them fresh longer while you're on the road, but also as a laundry basket. I use mine for lights and darks. And then whichever one fills up first, I go ahead and run that cycle and start, rinse and repeat. Isn't that what they say? Okay, so another great feature of the Dutch Star is going to be things like this, where when you want to have a little more room or just a view of your really good looking camera guy, all you need is this smoked mirror right above your chair rail. So we've got Jody shooting for us today, but as you can see in this bedroom, we have this really roomy bedroom, but just that little extra mirror gives you that extra space. Now above again, this is a Bayshore decor. You can see this really beautiful headboard. Again, your lovely lambrequins, you've got your storage overhead, and in 2023 when they redesigned this cabinetry, they came up with this really great svelte look. Let me move my clipboard because I'm going to pop this open, where you have this backlighting underneath all of this trim here, coming out here as well, and this is all LED, so this is super low heat, but really good visibility. And of course, we have our traditional 110 outlets above the headboard. There are grommets down here underneath so that you could run a cord through to your laptop or your iPad. So plenty of room for storage up top. And then, of course, one of the things that Newmar's done historically is we always give you all of this storage under your bed. And where this comes in handy is not only do you have two chairs and some table extensions, this is an inflatable mattress, so this has got his and hers sides, as well as outlets here on the left and right hand side of the bed. And as you can see, plenty of room to put a CPAP machine, and you could even store it back here underneath. There's a nice deep compartment there. So great ideas here. And as you can see, this cutout here allows you to keep your cords in when you're going down the road, but you pull them out and you've got your phone right next to your bed when you're stationary. So great feature there. And then above us, you'll see that we have ducted air conditioning. Now, one of the important features is on this coach. This is a 2025, so this has got 3 15,000 BTU air conditioners and heat pumps. Does that matter? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be in like the Everglades, if you're going to be down in the southeast, maybe the Keys, and it gets really humid and hot, having this little 40-foot coach with a third air conditioner is going to make it super decadent. It's going to give you all that extra cooling that you're hoping for. But as you can see, you can't tell where they are because it's all ducted and hidden underneath this beautiful design feature ceiling. Now over here on the left, you'll note that we have, again, our 43-inch flat screen TV. I also like the fact that on this 4081, you can open the window for fresh air. But as you can see, when I open that window, I've got a cover here. And what's so nice about this is I can use this for privacy or to keep the heat out of the coach. And if I want, I can still keep the heat out, but keep the level up just a little bit so I can still see out of the window. So I really appreciate that aspect of this coach. These are optional features. Of course, we have the Girard awnings as well. And then these are the power window coverings. I have a 2022 Superstar, and it has the Ventana level window coverings on the outside, which are nice, but they come into a specific place, so they're always in that fully extended position. One of the benefits of getting into a Dutch Star, of course, is that you've got that adjustable level of closed or open outside. Now here, of course, in the bottom, we have lots of drawer storage. But one of my favorite things is that Dutch Stars have is the extendable drawer that goes all the way out past the wardrobe. So just giving you that ease of access. Again, everything is soft close. And then you have your 2 wardrobes on either side of your 43-inch flat screen. And keep in mind, with Starlink available these days, you don't need to have a cable system. If you want to have a traveler system that's using Dish, you're welcome to. If you want to have one that's using DirecTV, no problem. All of those things are still, going to work seamlessly with this coach. And in fact, they even give you this nice audio video cabinet down below with HDMI cords and everything else. But with Starlink, if you want, you can really just stream all of your favorite stuff. So we love that. Now, as we get here into the middle, this again is one of the nicest aspects of this coach. In a Super C, you lose a lot of space in the front because your engine's out in front of you. You've got all of that space. Here you've got 2 built-in recliners that turn around, which gives you the availability of having, I'd say, viewing for your big 50-inch TV for at least the driver's recliner. Then instead of an 87-inch couch, we've got these 2 beautiful theater seats, and then this great extendable Euro booth. I mean, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people very easily watching a movie together, hanging out. And if you do have that 5th person, what's so cool about that is you have all the room, because you could very easily sit 4, maybe even 6 people if they were little. So I could definitely have another human next to me. But with those table leaves in play, you could have someone even at the end. So this dinette area gives you the ability of not only having a great place to sit back, swill a glass of, Prosecco, but also to be able to join your family in game night. Or if you're working, like this would give you plenty of room for an extra monitor and the like. And then all that support being offered to you by that table leg. Another nice setup or feature of this setup is that this little buffet here is a great place to be able to keep your napkins, maybe some Cholula, a bouquet of flowers, whatever it is that you like to keep next to your coach. And then underneath we have all of this storage. Now this is where I keep my my plates and bowls. And so when we're setting a table, it's easy to access all of these things. In this kitchen though, so again, in my Superstar, although it's 40 feet, it does not have nearly this much kitchen space. In this kitchen, you have so much room. And one of the things that we did is we ordered this coach in without the dishwasher, which is so nice because you have all of these extra drawers. Look at the size of these drawers. For anyone who's ever been out camping, you know what a luxury it is to be able to put your pots and pans right here below where you're cooking. Of course, when you're doing dishes, if you've got a little drying rack, you've got plenty of room for it back here. And then you've got this really decadent undermount sink. Now, it is a dual basin, but I really appreciate the way Newmar's done this. Not only is it that farm style with, again, this dark gunmetal finish, but it's got a smaller side for vegetables and then a larger side for your deep basins. And then the spray and pour feature. That's, of course, winterization fluid. By the way, folks, we were just about to leave winter. Everything is coming up out of the ground. It's blooming here in Colorado. And here we're getting like 12 to 44 inches of snow on Friday. So we'll stay winterized a little bit longer. But as you can see, this coach is ready for anywhere. You can take it to South Dakota right now, or you could leave it here in Colorado, or you could have us put some fresh water on board and take it down to New Mexico. I love the fact that this comes out. This would be a great place, in my estimation, to keep a coffee pot and a toaster oven, so I'd probably just remove that shelf altogether, because then you could slide it out and very easily load it and unload it. Really totally up to you on that. Here's the Dutch Star Steely. I have to tell you, this is something that we don't see a lot. We usually do custom colors, but when you see the exterior of this coach, I think you'll understand why we just went ahead and clicked the Steely button. It's a silver, black, white, just gorgeous color combination on this coach. Super, super, super popular, I think, these days. Now here, of course, you can keep all of your olive oil, all of your balsamic vinegar, and then up above we have plenty of room for all of your spices. And then over here we have, again, plenty of room probably for coffee cups, tumblers, glasses. It's really hard to say. You've got so much room here. You could really make this space your own. But one of my favorite features that is above all of that great drawer space is right here. So I love the fact that Newmar gives us these nice cutting boards with the cutting board on the back. But more importantly, I love to be able to take this out and actually make my French toast outside. If you've got any kind of maybe smelly fish, maybe you've caught some rainbow trout, you know, whatever it is, you can cook outside or inside, and you can still have all of the counter space. And when I say all of the counter space, look at this. We have an extra island here. This is the charcuterie island, right? You could put your meats and cheeses here, or your guacamole and your salsa, whatever it is that you have for your company, and you still have all of this great storage as well. So huge drawers on top, a little slightly skinnier drawer in the middle, and then when you're done with it, just push the button. You do have to have power to put that in and out, just so you know it is a powered island. Just the release itself. But you've got plenty of room here for walking, so if you didn't want to have your island deployed, you wouldn't have to. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out about this coach is this flooring. I love this wood plank floor. This gives you so much warmth in the coach. It's so nice as opposed to having the kind of the synthetic marble look or whatever it may be. And on top of it, not only is it giving you warmth in its appearance, but it's also a 3-zone heated floor. Now over here, you'll note that we're talking about heat. You've got your hydronic vent here. We'll talk about that again. So again, that dual loop Oasis system has 3 different settings that you can run it on: AC1, AC2, and your burner system. All of that's controlled right here. So here's your floor heat. So you can see high, medium, and low. This coach also is preloaded with solar. And then on top of it, we can go here into our HVAC system, and there's your AC1 element, your AC1 and 2 element, and then you also have your burner system for your Oasis. When you're using your burner system, you go here to not heat pump, but to furnace. I just passed it. To furnace, and this is going to be running off of the Oasis system versus having your fan on, having it turned off completely, or having your air conditioner on, or being an auto. So heat pump, of course, is going to be one of those things that we talked about earlier with that's paired in with your air conditioners. But in essence, you have 3 different ways to heat this coach, and that burner system paired with your floor heat is going to give you very much a 3-zone experience. Now, something else I want to just bring into sight here is, in 2023, we realized it's very important for people to be able to pair their coach to their phone so that they can control all of the things like the lights, like their HVAC, like their fans, like their floor heat. They want to be able to monitor their power. They want to make sure that their solar is bringing juice in. And then they want a nice clean screen where you can see your fresh gray and black water tank all in one system, and also the ability to put the TV up without having to go over to the seat, sit down on the seat, and put the TV up. I know it sounds silly, but these little conveniences are the things that we notice in modern houses. When you get into a Frank Lloyd house, you know, one of the things people talk about it as a design feature, not just on the overall aesthetic of a house, but also in the function of the property itself. So Newmar's done a great job with integrating that. And I think one of the things that you'll see moving forward is that we've also got this new system where we have, let's see if I can find one for you to show, Jody, KIB panels throughout the coach. So a KIB panel is going to be like this. Here's a good one. So you actually have that same functionality where if you don't have your phone, you can still come in here and operate your all lights on, all lights off. You can, you know, put your TV up and down. All of those functions, your floor heat, are at these KIB panels throughout the coach. And again, this is stuff that, you know, as we're graduating into a new level of convenience inside of homes with smart homes, smart TVs, smart lighting packages, we're transitioning that into your RV experience as well, and we're finding great satisfaction from our clients, great reviews of that. Now, speaking of satisfaction from our clients, this is our 19.6 cubic foot refrigerator, complete with charcuterie drawer, vegetables, and fruit. The moving tray here that allows you to store Prosecco. You'll notice that we also have an extra filter here, so there's a whole house filter on this coach, as well as a water filter that goes here, and that gives you the ability to have fresh water on your door, which means you don't have to have a Brita with you, and it also means that your ice maker is going to have double filtered water as well. So super nice feature. Like I said, customer satisfaction wise, this Whirlpool has been tried and true with us. It's one of the best products that we carry. It's in a majority of our coaches all the way through the London Air product line. Now here in the center of the coach is our pantry. These are push to release drawers, so you push them and they pop out. One of the big changes that we came in with this is we found that we used to have these drawers that would just nestle in like this, and there was a little lock here at the top, and you push the button to lock it. And then when you had a friend over, they wouldn't realize that you had to push the button to unlock it. They just pull it off and break the clip. So these push to release drawers have really become something that we love to see in all of our products. It lets you get all the way to the back of those drawers easily and conveniently, and they're also pretty fail-safe. Now here in the center of the coach, as I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite aspects, if you do have company, you've got a really sophisticated, very decadent mid-bath. And again, with this Morel finish on the solid maple cabinetry and the suede without having it be too glossy, this is a coach that is not only fancy, but it's also not overtly opulent. It's got a very classy, comfortable presence to it. And as you can see, there's some nice features that make you realize it's a little more dressed up than the average bear, with your vessel sink, and then again all of your carpet lined solid maple cabinetry. Lots of storage here. This would be a great place to keep probably some of your taller items like your bug spray and maybe your suntan lotion, so that way if you can't get into the rear of the coach and you're maybe going to go out for a hike or a walk, you have all of the access to that right here. And then here in the center, as you can see, we have, of course, this breaker system, but look at how this is labeled. All of this is so clearly labeled. It's so organized. Newmar does such a great job at making sure that you have complete control and dominion of your coach. You just love that aspect of it. And then again, you know, in talking about nice places to get ready, if you wanted to put, you know, one of those magnifying mirrors here, there's a plug-in for a light, so you could have an illuminated magnifying mirror. A great place to keep all of your makeup. You could have a makeup drawer here. You could have some extra towels and maybe washcloths here underneath, and then a little place here for all of your cleaning supplies. But all of this would be a really easy place to use to get ready in the morning. So if you're the early morning riser and you're the coffee person, you can come up here and let whomever it is sleep in while you're getting up, getting ready for the day. Very nice, comfortable area. And then, of course, we talked about this in the back, but again, with these power shades, it's really nice to have the ability to run these without having to have the remote, because if you're in here and you're looking for some privacy, and you don't want to have to go out and try to look for the remote. No big deal. You got the shades right there. Now, please do note there are 3 fans in this unit. They're all fantastic fans with rain sensors. But that way you can keep your office fresh. And then you'll notice things like this little pivoting door. This just makes it that much easier for you to enter and exit this coach while still having full access to your refrigerator and your pantry when the slides are in. Now, I'm not going to put the bedroom slide in, but I am going to bring in this full wall slide. So you can see here on this slide, there's no carpet. That is because this is what is called Morafloor. So the Dutch Star is the first coach that you have in the lineup that has a tile finish on the full wall slide. And the reason that is this does not have to drop into a pocket. It's hydraulically lowered by our HWH hydraulic system into this position. So this is a really nice feature of this coach. Another fantastic feature of the Dutch Star is this. Look at all of the storage you have here. So I know we talked about keeping your drinking glasses and your coffee cups over there above the kitchen sink, but what a great place to have your dry bar, maybe all of your tumblers, maybe you've got your beer steins, whatever it may be, here above the dining area. So tons of storage here. And then again, Newmar just does it so well. There's really no wasted space throughout this coach. And one thing I want to point out to you is, as I open these, there's no heat coming off of these lights. And I know it sounds silly, but I get into some of these older coaches, and these are warm. You can have all your lights on in this coach, and it's going to stay nice and cool, not just because you've got 3 air conditioners, but because it's using LED technology throughout. Okay, so here in the center of the coach, one of my favorite features of the recliner setup, so if you were to have a couch here, you'd have a window setup that's more like the one above the dinette. But above the recliners, you get these great windows where you can kind of pop these open. And I love this because if you want to have your windows popped open on a nice rainy day, get that earthy smell coming through the coach, you can pop these open and it's not going to let the water inside of the coach. So great feature that you'll find in the recliner setup. Another great feature of the recliner setup is a place to keep all of your remotes and all of your blankets and your cup holders. And is it on this side right here? You can also see here we have not only the most amazing theater seats, but also a place to charge your phone. Look at how flat that gets. I mean, seriously, a few margaritas and a nap in the afternoon, this coach is made for you. And opposing this is going to be a trifold. So if you have the 87-inch couch here, that would be a jackknife. But because this is a theater seat setup, you've got this trifold sofa. I love these cushions. I think they're so cute. Bayshore Interior has the best pillows available in 2025, if you ask me. I think they're adorable. But I just want to show you quickly how easy this is to manipulate. Now, as I'm talking about that, please do note that there's a 50-inch flat screen with a sound bar above it for surround sound. And again, all that connectivity right here, satellite outlets, storage for board games or whatever it is that you may have. I'm trying to think, I think on this side, I think it's where I keep all my decorations. I don't know, I haven't been camping for a minute, you guys. I can't wait, we're about to get back out there. Big trip coming up next week or next month in May. We're going to go to Fort Collins with the Cruisinaires, our local Colorado Newmar chapter, and then we're going to do a bluegrass festival down in the Palisades, Riverside, with my kids in June. So we'll get lots of miles on the coach this year. All of that being said, if you have friends that want to join you, don't let them see this video or they'll want to sleep on your couch. This is really comfortable. I know a lot of people are concerned about a trifold, but do you see how this break is right here where your hips are? When you're laying sideways, this is very, very comfortable. I don't think you would need a foam topper. It's got enough cushion to it where no one's going to complain about sleeping inside. And if they do, just get them a tent. Just kidding. Don't get your mom a tent. No, seriously, if your mom goes camping with you, you take this one, you give her the bedroom. That's how we're supposed to do it. We were all raised the right way. We know how it goes with moms. But no, for friends, this is plenty of comfort, especially for kids. But look at how easy that is to put away. Super simple. Make sure you keep that handle out. I say that on every single video. It's really funny. I don't know, have you tuned in? Have you seen the 2026 product lines yet? If you haven't seen the 2026 product lines yet, we did a 4081 video. I think Dean Jones did it at the dealer meeting. So Newmar invited Transwest to make live videos. We made 17 videos in 2 days of all the new 2026 stuff. But I gotta tell you, one of the best things about this coach is it really hasn't changed very much from 25 to 26. Except for the price is a little bit less on a 2025 than it would be on a 2026. And this coach is available for you to go out and start your camping trip right now, which is super nice. Okay, so let's put our TV lift down. TV lift down. We'll do that. Let's bring our slides in, right? So here we go, lifting that hydraulic slide. How slick is that? Don't leave your cat out when you're bringing your slide in. A cat could probably fit underneath there. Those little things, they can fit in the most darndest spaces. But I do really want to show you the walking room in this coach because honestly, Newmar makes complete use of their slides and they don't typically have a lot of walking room, but this is a slide that you could get not only back to use the potty, you can also make me a sandwich. And we know how important it is to be able to make me a sandwich. Now we're not running our generator right now, just so you know. I can hear it's nice and quiet in here. But of course, one of the benefits of having a Newmar Dutch Star is that you've got a 450 horsepower Cummins engine with 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. This is going to be on the K2 Sparton chassis. This also has the optional drive assist systems. But look at how roomy this is. This is a really easy walking space back and forth. I love this. So if you want to have the ability to make a sandwich, oh, Jody, we didn't show this off. New, it's coming in early on some of the 2025 models. This is a 2026 feature. Air fry. Oh, Monday. Air fry, cook, popcorn, microwave and convection oven, right? And the cool thing is it now has that basket that you're used to seeing. So we love that feature of this coach. So that's the new Whirlpool. Let's see. Let's go ahead and another great feature. Again, I just want to do this real quick. Let's just go to all lights off. And I just want to show in the living room just the kitchen accent lights. Look at how pretty this is up top with just this nice soft glow. This is a great way to come home in the afternoon. You could turn your wall lights on too, but again, you can just leave a little bit of a glow, you know, for when you're coming home in this coach. It's super comfortable. Another great feature, of course, of this RV is going to be this, where you have the ability to do all of your shades at once. So if you do have company and you want to put your shades down, there's your night shades. If you're getting ready in the morning and you want to have your day shades down, you can see all of your day shades dropping. And even from behind the kitchen window right there, you've got that day shade that comes down. And then when it goes up, it's invisible. It just goes up into the back side of the cabinets. It's so slick. But being able to do everything with a touch of a button is so nice. Now you'll notice here in the front of the screen that we used to have this new monitor system where we had one monitor here and one monitor here. In days of old, we had a little monitor here and a little bit bigger one here. Now we have one seamless monitor. There's not even a cut in the middle anymore. It's just one big flat panel. And one of my favorite features about this, which is of course something that most people are used to in their high-end cars, is the fact that you have the ability to see not only behind you, but you can look down. So if you're trying to get your hitch loaded up to the coach, you can actually look straight down on the back of this and see where you're lining up, which is fantastic. Also, one of the nicer features of this coach is going to be the fact that you have your Mobileye, your navigation system, of course, is going to be our Nav and Go system, but everything is super easy. And look at how big that writing is. This is easy for anybody to be able to read. And of course, this is all preloaded with your weights and heights, so your measurements, so you're not going to drive it under a bridge that's too short. Now I'm going to go ahead and just turn this on. Maybe. There it goes. So you can see our Sparton dash just popped up. You got your on-guard collision mitigation system. And also you can see here I've got my little toggles here, so I can actually adjust my comfort drive just by toggling through here. And then I can go through and I can actually adjust the brightness of my dash. I can check all my messages. I can go through all of my settings. I've got my trip computer. In terms of information, this is going to be all of the different things that you have for your engine, but a lot of the things that you need most of the time, for instance, your air, your oil temperature, your engine temperature, your fuel, your DEF levels, all of that's up there in the center of the screen. And then in 2023, Sparton came up with 11 new buttons here, giving you the ability of turning this coach into much more of a car-like experience. Be able to answer your phone, change your not only your radio station, but also the input. So if you're listening to your iPhone or if you're listening to a podcast, you can use all of these things to control that. Last year we decided that we would give you an automatic lights feature, which would give you automatic high beam control, which means you could drive through the mountains with your high beams on and they would automatically dim whenever you saw oncoming traffic. A wireless charging dock for your phone that faces you when the phone is in place. So some really cool features. Of course, you still have your cruise control. This is going to be, again, a coach that has the on-guard collision mitigation system. So you can set this to follow a coach in front of you, by 50 feet. It's actually done by seconds, like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 stopping seconds. But so it would just follow the coach that was in front of you while you're going down the freeway. And then, of course, we have cup holders. We have a power window, which we don't really need anymore because, of course, no one has to stop and give anyone quarters at the toll station. Our engine brake is on here. I would set it to medium over high. Your Allison transmission is right here. And then, again, the HWH hydraulic leveling system is also tied into your slides. And then up here above us, we have the Dutch Star owner support group, which is so nice. You've got Spencer and Mary. I gotta tell you, Spencer and Mary, they're busy people. They are answering the phones for everybody. They're always on deck. I love the two of them. They're awesome people. But one of the things I want to just make mention of, I was talking to a client this morning, picking up a special order Mountain Air, and he said, I've called the Newmar line, from time to time, and you have to wait till you get through to customer service. And I said, well, have you ever called Bill? And he said, I've never had a Bill. And I said, I understand that. I said, so Bill Habercorn is going to be the first person you call before you call Newmar. Newmar is fantastic. They will answer their line. I called them last week. It took me probably maybe 8.5 minutes on hold before I got through to the correct department to ask some questions. They're very nice. They got me in the right direction. I was able to get all of my questions answered. But one of the things that we'll offer to you here at Transwest in Frederick is that if you purchase a coach from either this location or our Grand Junction location, we have a gentleman by the name of Bill Habercorn who is like the encyclopedia of RVs, and you reach out to him. There's not another organization that pays an employee to be nothing but customer support while you're camping. That's all Bill does all day long. He supports all of our clients, and one of the nicest things is if you're having an issue, maybe you don't know if you're doing your jacks right, maybe you don't know why there's water dripping under your coach. It's because you had your city water plugged in and you were running your aquamizer system. So of course, it's creating this overflow situation. Like all of these things that may be stoppers for you normally don't have to be if you purchase your coach from Transwest. The other benefit that we have is right over here. Our parking lot is currently empty. It will be full. I have a Mountain Air that's delivering this morning that will be over there tomorrow afternoon, and I also have a King Air here in stock that is going to be delivering that will stay here. So our customers get to stay for a night or two, get their sea legs on, understand how their coach works, be able to plug in, ask questions. So Marlon Bledman does our orientations. Bill Habercorn is our after the delivery support team. And then when you buy a coach from me, you've got me. And man, I'll tell you, if anyone can get things done, I can get things done for you. So really important feature, very different than watching someone who's making videos who's going to hand you off to another sales associate that might have been there for 6 months or maybe 16 years but just doesn't care. You know for a fact that when you call me that you're not only getting me during the ordering process, during the delivery process, but also after the sale. And I think that that's a really important thing to be able to stand behind. mind. My goal is to be here for another 17 years. So if you have your coach that long, we should probably help you get 2, but 17 years can happen. Lots of storage here for your wallet, for your cell phone, for your Pradas. Easy access for things like your generator. You can start it inside, you can start it outside. You can see you can lock your doors right here. Overhead fans, they don't have the cute little ones anymore, but they're still up there. And then your visor and shade controls, of course, are just helping you so that you can get some sun off of you when you're driving down I-80. This is as low as it will go when the coach is in motion, but as you can see, you can still see out of the window. You can get quite a bit of protection, and you could use that with either the shade or with your visor. Oh, let's see if I can. Let's do the shade. So this shade again is one that will go down, and I love the way it's in this track, right? So it's actually staying where it belongs. But all of this can be down while you're driving, so if you've got a lot of sun coming towards you, you're in a good place. Now above us, you're going to see some different things. We've got our energy management system, our WineGuard Razor antenna. This is just telling you how many, let me just do on real quick, how many stations are in your local area. Your Magnum is going to be for your inverters, and then this is going to have 8 AGM batteries on it. Your Girard awning controls, your slide controls, all of your exterior light, and then of course we showed you those awnings. I don't have the door awning out, but there's a door awning too. The window awnings I think are just one of my favorite things. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto also available nowadays on your navigation system. So if you're using your RV nav, you can do that. You could also put in, for instance, a podcast directly into your nav system while you're driving down the road. So you'll see over here, we've got, of course, a 6-way power seat. We also have a full recliner. I know I mentioned this earlier, but I do think it's nice just to show you how comfortable this is. One of the things that we talk about in this segment is when you get into a Class A, you have the most amazing view of the world going down the road. So you can see our beautiful country with your legs extended, relaxed position, have a sandwich, make yourself comfy, just driving down the road. You've got a wireless charging dock over here. You've also got not only 110 outlets this year, but we have USB and Type-C at our outlets now. Again, these are all just little changes and nuances that are bringing us into the next decade. And then I get a lot of people who worry about whether or not they're going to fall into the hole, so we just always want to make sure we show that step cover. I really thought that the reason that you could put this shade up was so that you could hand people beers. It turns out that this actually comes up so it's not blocking your view. But I also think it's very handy if you wanted to hand someone a delicious beverage. And then on our way out, we'll talk about one of my favorite features right here. All lights off, right there inside of the coach. And then here, another one of my favorite features. Of course, you've got your battery disconnect, but also power unlock for all of your bays, power lock for all of your bays, and then your patio light right here, so you have really easy access. And these are heated seats. This is the regular seat, it's not the queen seat, which means it's going to be good for someone so you can put both arms down on your armrest. But if you have a small white dog, like my friend Yeti, who's picking up his mountain air today, he might be a little squished, but he's a lap dog, so probably be fine. Okay, doorbell, keyless entry. Leave your keys behind, don't lose them in Moab. Go ahead and just push the one button, unlock everything, leave your keys inside, and come back and unlock your door. Again, we talked about the 100-gallon fuel tank. There's your fill station. Again, I love this exterior. Jody, step back and show how beautiful it is. This is the steely exterior. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Bright white, bright silver, black. It's just it's a stunning look. Good job, Newmar. Don't need to adjust this one. I might use steely on something else. And by the way, you can do that. It's not very expensive if you want a custom color. And now, of course, we have our exterior 3 cubic foot Dometic. It can be a refrigerator, it can be a freezer, it can be both. You pick. And it will go out even if your slide is in the way. You'll still be able to access those cervezas while hanging out with your buddies. Here as well, you can see we've got a full pass-through slide. Again, this is one of the benefits of a 40-foot coach. Look at how much room you have on this slide. I mean, the barbecue, the fire pit, all the hoses for your central vac, everything right here underneath. Snaps into place, nice and easy. I'm not a big fan of power slides. I like these easy glides so much better. Again, central vac inside or outside. Vacuum your children, vacuum your husband, vacuum your dog before they go inside of your coach and get it all dirty. Nice Italian solid plank wood tile. A few extras for you. Also, you've got controls out here for your Girard awning system. So if for some reason you need to be able to put your awnings in quickly because a storm is approaching, you don't have to run all the way inside. And then check this out. New in 2025, we want to make sure not only are we nice and tidy on the inside, but also on the outside. And I do always like to point out this little hose. So all of your stuff on top is protected, right? So you have your, your 3 air conditioners, you have, any of your fans, all those covers are protected by this nice, big patio on top. When it's draining, it drains out here so you don't get unsightly water lines coming down the side of your coach. Of course, one of the biggest features of the Dutch Star is its independent front suspension and its passive tag. This, of course, is a forward driving wheel. This is going to be one that pivots, right? So you've got an Indy versus the Audi. The Audi has a little pin that releases, and on a Sparton chassis, it gives you up to 17 degrees of pivot back here, giving you a very tight turning radius and still the capacity to tow 15,000 pounds comfortably with this big 8.9 liter ISL in the back. Oh, I left the engine on. It's kind of noisy. Sorry, guys. We'll show you anyhow. So your depth is right here. This is a dual fill coach because it is our luxury. It's our entry-level luxury line. Also, you can see you've got all of your on-off switches back here for your chassis. And again, K2, 450 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. You've also got your safe haul integrated airline preloaded. And underneath that big, beautiful engine cover, you can see that Cummins shining through. That red engine is your 8.9 liter ISL. And of course, this is a side radiator coach, so any of the RVs that we have that are coming in Dutch Star on up are going to be side radiator. You can see how I just changed a little bit of that pitch on this outside window, and it just gives you just the ability to see outward. This one would give you a little more privacy, but both are going to be great for keeping you in the shade. Here's that other depth filling station that we talked about. Talk about this. It's very interesting. We'll get a lot of people who say, oh, I talked to some inspector and he said this isn't going to line up. This is how it should look. This huge slide is fitting into this gigantic pocket, and it's got some forgiveness. So if the coach is pitched at all, instead of hitting the side of the wall, it's going to fit right inside of here. So these are designed to have a little bit of forgiveness on the corners. There's nothing wrong with a slide that looks like that. If you get a guy who says that it is gloves and a gravity hose, in this little guy. But yeah, if you get an inspector who says that your slides aren't lining up, obviously he's never had a Newmar and shouldn't be inspecting your coach. Okay, up here you've got your paper towel dispenser, hot and cold water as well. You've got your fresh water supply on a power reel, which is super nice. And then you can run your SaniCon system right here to keep this closed, or you can run your gravity hose. But one of the nice things about the SaniCon system is that you can put a hose here at the end, and you can pump your gray water out of this tank and up a hill and into a local drain if you wanted to just get one last load of laundry finished. So very nice feature of that coach, or of this coach. You cannot have SaniCon on a Ventana, so another differentiation: power blinds, 3 air conditioners, independent suspension, SaniCon. You absolutely would get a 50-foot power cord on a power reel. This is the optional surge protector, of course. And then standard on anything that's got hydraulic heat by Newmar is going to be a Oasis system. This 50,000 BTU system has an 8-gallon reservoir. That tank of hot liquid is coming out of heating loop 1 and heating loop 2. That's why it's called a dual loop Chinook. It's heating both of those lines. giving it the ability to cover more area and then, less area before it comes back into that tank to get reheated. So by dividing that coach into 2 segments, it can give you more consistent heat throughout the entire coach, because this, of course, is that liquid is traversing in cold weather underneath the coach. It's cooling, so the sooner it gets back into that little hot spot, the hotter it stays. We talked briefly about vacuuming off your children. Again, those are those supplies there. And then you'll see here we have our solar control panel. So no need to install solar. This coach is ready to rock and roll. And then we talked also about our 8 AGM batteries. You could have the optional lithium system, but honestly, 800 amp hours versus 960 amp hours is plenty. The biggest rub is that if you have the Lithionics package, you get a second inverter. It gives you the ability to run your air conditioner going down the road without running your generator. Honestly, I just run my generator. It doesn't seem to bother me, but if you want to spend the money to get to the 960 amp hours and have Lithionics, boy, do we have a coach for you. So 100 amp hours, 100 gallons in here. And then here we've got the brains of the operation. This is, of course, the place where hopefully you're not spending much time. Maybe your technician is. You'll see the exhaust right there for the generator. Here's that little camera for going left and right down the road, showing you what's next to you. We have our improved headlight system as of 2023, much brighter lights, giving you the ability to see better going down the road. But then on top of it, you also have, again, auto high beams, which is super cool. 8 kilowatt quiet diesel generator, a hot water line to the front just to wash off those bugs, big air horns, your Mobileye. Again, On Guard is right here, is your radar. This is just a gorgeous coach. And again, this is such a nice piece of inventory. Probably the last 40, 81, 20, 25 all have available in inventory this year. It's 5N241409. Again, this is a 2025 Newmar Dutch Star 4081. Let me know how I can get you out on the road and camping. Thanks for tuning in.